Every year come tournament time, everybody tries to find the next Cinderella, the next 16 seed that'll beat a 1 seed, the next 11 seed that'll make the Final Four. So today I have 3 teams that have a very favorable draw to become that next Cinderella. Today's video is sponsored by Kalshi, the largest prediction market in the United States. Kalshi allows users to trade event contracts peer-to-peer rather than playing against a sportsbook. Available all across the country, including California and Texas. Download Kalshi and use code BACKYARD to get $10 when you trade 10. They are also offering $1 billion to anyone who predicts a perfect bracket on Kalshi. So go download Kalshi, use Backyard, and get $10 when you enter your first 10. Alright, so the first team up here is Hofstra, and Hofstra has played a couple of high major teams this year, and they've played pretty good. They're led by Speedy Claxton, who actually went to Hofstra, then played in the league for a little while. They've got 2 really good guards, they've got length, and they've got a couple of posts. They're led by Cruz Davis, who is a monster, but as you can see, I mean, they got 6'7", 6'8", 7 foot, and 6'10", so they've matched up with Syracuse very well in this game, and even at times were bigger than them in the paint. They play an Alabama team that runs 4 around 1. They don't have a large amount of posts or a lot of length or anything. This is not a good Alabama team compared to years past, and they've got Silas Sunday to match up with Aiden Sherrill. Heck of a name, by the way. Aiden Holloway is also out for this game because he couldn't stay off the weed, and this team is looking primed for an upset. I'm telling you, Cruz Davis might be the best guard in this game. LeBaron Philon's a monster, but this guard matchup is going to be elite. He averages over 20 points a game, shooting 44% from the field and 40% from 3. Watch him navigate these pick and rolls. Beautiful pass here against Syracuse. And yes, this game is early, but man, William Kyle is a solid defender. He's got great versatility, and Cruz Davis was making him look stupid. He's 6'3" as well, so he's got a little bit of length, a little bit of scoring. Really kind of reminds me of De'Aaron Fox in a way. Similar builds. They both wear number 5, and Cruz Davis versus LeBaron Philon, it's gonna be a big time matchup. Davis can score really in any way, but he also sets up his teammates well, almost averages 5 a game. And yeah, they're both lefties. Another reason why he reminds me of De'Aaron Fox. Kicking it up, they got length and athleticism everywhere, like we talked about. James Patterson at 6'7", Josh Decady at 6'8" on the wing, and then they also have Preston Edmond, who is a hooper. 16 a game for the freshman with 4.5 assists, shooting in 34 minutes per game, I should say, shooting 41% from the field and 38% from 3. So between these two, they have some snipers. They've got a pure point guard that doesn't get fazed by really anything. They matched up with UCF, who has a ton of size, and beat them up down low as well. They were winning this game for the majority of the time. On top of Silas Sunday, they also have Victory Onyetu, I believe is how you pronounce it, from Spain, that's played pro ball over there. He's really athletic as well. Oh yeah, and he's 6'10", by the way. Look at him working the posts here, including John Bull, who is 7'2". He just goes right around him and scores. That's a tough bucket. Between the two of them, I think they're going to be working Alabama down low, and then also defensively, they are very sound. Check out this possession. This is kind of the possession that sold it for me. Right off the gate, or right out of the gate, I should say, they're playing phenomenal defense. This is probably one of UCF's go-to sets. I know it's still game 1. They bring the double on Kugel, who tries to post up Edmond. They rotate out of it very well. Almost get a steal here. Themis Folks is able to recover it, then sends it up the sideline. He gets beat, but we got the rim protector rotating over. Gets 1 block. UCF gets the offensive rebound, gets another block, and he says, give me that. We're going the other way. That is beautiful stuff right there. I think they can hang with Alabama, and an Alabama team that doesn't really want to stop anybody. They just want to go score it. That's German Plotnikov, I believe is how you pronounce his name. He's also a dog. Yeah, I like Hofstra. I also like UCF. Another team here led by Wes Ennis and Isaiah Nelson that has some dogs. They also have Joseph Pinion, who played at Arkansas, some 6'5" to 6'9" for the majority of their lineup, and then Nelson at 6'10". Got a couple of 6'2" guys, but they also have a little bit of that March Cinderella feel to them because Brian Hodgson finally gets to play or coach in front of his dad. They run a lot of good stuff. This is the Spain action to get the post out of the paint. And Isaiah Nelson averages almost 16 points per game with 9.6 rebounds, 1.2 assists, and 1.6 blocks per night. He's a legit 6'10" volleyball spike, and he matched up pretty well with Will Berg for Wichita State, who is like 7'1" in the American Championship. They also love to create turnovers, get out and run, and like I said, Hodgson gets to play in front of his dad for the first time. There's also Mikel Brown Jr. will be out. They have Fernando Fru, but like we talked about, they've played against the big in Will Berg, who you could argue is just as good, not quite as athletic, but maybe a little bit taller than Fru. So they're used to this. They've played him 3 times this year, being able to finish around the rim over him. Nelson can also step out and knock down the 3 ball, so that will draw Fru out of the paint, and then you don't have to worry about the rim protector. Ali Khalifa's not a rim protector, and they also run the Spain action, which gets the bigs out of the paint. It's going to be a back screen for your big man who's setting a pick and roll, and then the shooter pops in Wes Ennis. It's a beautiful set. I expect them to run it a lot, and they've also stuck with Alabama this year. Now, yes, they did go down by 16 in the second half of this game, but they were playing with them in the first half, led by Wes Ennis, who got hot. And Ennis is their leading scorer, averaging 16.8 points per game, 3.8 rebounds in 34 minutes a game, shooting 40% from the field and 37% from 3 on 9.5 attempts per game. Here he is knocking it down from deep against Alabama. He got hot. I think he hit like 4 or 5 threes in the first half here. He's also attacking drop coverage, finishing with that left hand. Was a JUCO product, and man, he's a dog. This USF team is also very, very scrappy. They're not going to go down easily. Rotating over. Give me that. Give me that. Damian Collins, former Kentucky transfer, was very highly ranked. I believe he was the number 12 recruit in his class. Getting a loose ball there. That wasn't Collins, but getting the loose ball there, going and dunking it. We talked about Pinion as well. This is a good USF team, and if you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. As you can see here, 93% of the people who watch these videos do not subscribe. So if you are one of those, let's fix that. And then let's talk about VCU. This is my final upset pick. All these guys realistically could make it to the Sweet 16. It'd be tough, the toughest for VCU, but man, they are big. I was actually at this game like 3 rows back and watched them bully my NC State Wolfpack down low in the paint. They're led by Terrence Hill, 6'3" guard from Portland, averages about 14 a game. They also have Lazar Djokovic down low, and then Jadrian Tracy, an Oregon transfer. And by the way, they've got a great up-and-coming young coach in Phil Martelli Jr., of course, the son of legendary coach Phil Martelli Sr. And yeah, they can shoot it. Terrence Hill is a bucket. They've got great guards, and Terrence Hill is the lead guard. I was sitting there watching this game. I was like, yeah, Jadrian Tracy's going to be a problem. No, it was Terrence Hill. He's hitting it from like beyond NBA range. That is a deep 3 right there. Averaging 14.5 a game with 2.8 rebounds and 2.5 assists in 30 minutes, shooting 46% from the field and 36% from 3 on 6 attempts. And the common theme with all these teams is we've seen them either beat or come close to beating a Power 5 team. Same thing here with VCU. They almost beat State. They've got a couple of other close losses at the Power 5 level. They've got great guards. Nick Lewis was a high 4-star. He's a top 50 recruit. Phil Martelli Jr. got him to commit to VCU. And they also have, of course, Tracy, like we talked about. Brandon Jennings getting downhill here and scoring. They've got a couple of wings as well with Michael Bell and Barry Evans, long, athletic, about 6'8" apiece. And then Djokovic. Djokovic is going to be the X factor here. Laser averages about 13.5 a game with 5.5 rebounds and 1.2 blocks in 27 minutes a night. Shoots 51% from the field. Also can step out and knock down the 3 ball. 36% on 1.8 attempts a game. Like I said, he bullied State down low. Now, State doesn't really have a rim protector or anything. But no Caleb Wilson in this game for VCU. We've seen them go up against a team in Dayton that has just one 7-footer, just like Carolina will have in Vasar, and Djokovic played well. Now, obviously, Vasar's a little bit better than Letang here for Dayton, but Djokovic had no problems really with him. This was one of his better games, as a matter of fact. And then, of course, the X factor is going to be Jadrian Tracy. If he can knock down shots, I don't think this VCU team loses. I think they're almost favored on the books, by the way. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. If you have a different Cinderella, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.